We've been live in a while. How you guys doing? Um, just going to kind of answer some questions because some people have been asking some questions and kind of like, what you up to and that sort of thing. So we're going to be talking about that today. I might have Mr. Yee in here, but I've had some questions and stuff. So I just wanted to kind of go over that with you guys in regards to SEO. Yes, I'm still alive. Yes, I'm still kicking. Yes, I'm still doing SEO. However, that being said, I'm more concentrating on dealing directly with clients versus doing white label SEO. I will still do white label SEO for people that want it. So that should answer that question. Now, however, my main concern is going to be direct clients. So let me get this real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. If you have any questions, just drop them below. There's no topic, if you will, but the main topic today is going to be I have been having this one question, and it is predominantly this. So I have a client, he's in Vegas, and he's saying, for example, he's like, listen, I want to rank in, he's ranking in Los Angeles, right? And it's really competitive area, number one. So you need to think of that. But number two is he asked what typically most people ask when they don't understand SEO is going to be this. Hey, I'm entering into my slow season and I'm not getting as busy as I want. What can you do for me? And that's generally where a lot of people, they kind of think that SEO is the end all be all, that SEO is going to fix their problems. It's kind of like people when I'm right now currently, if you haven't been watching my feed, I've been really concentrating on myself and weight loss and getting into the gym and stuff like that. But what most people kind of think, like even with weight loss, they go, well, what do I need to eat? Or what pill do I need to take to lose weight? And it's not that simple. So I kind of wanted to go over that today. What's up, Mr. Yee?
What's happening? What's happening? How's everybody been? How you been, my brother?
I'm doing good. The typhoon's going on in Surigao right now, so
Mm.
they're buckling down because it's a category like 4. And the
I don't
last
even
one,
know this guy who I'm listening to right now. This guy's like a major transformation right now. How's health is wealth? What's going on? Let us know what's happening about that. Just give us a little info about that.
I just telling us I'll cover the SEO part of it, but the thing is, it's mainly I moved from with my family from Surigao to Manila. We are making some changes in the office as well. My mentor, me, will probably be coming there in November and dealing with some of that as well. However, and right now they got a typhoon going on, so I know if people are wondering, like, why is no one answering tickets? Was because there's a freaking Category 4 typhoon, and the last one that came through there was a Category 5 about 6 years, 7 years ago or something, and it destroyed where we're at. So I'm hoping that don't happen, but this is just another reason why we're in Manila. We don't have to deal with all that crap. So as far as the weight loss stuff, back in July after Digital Impact, I started my weight loss. I was at 340 something pounds or whatever, and now I'm at 272. So
Yeah.
I'm this morning I woke up at I wake up around, I just start because a lot of people ask is like, well, what are you doing to lose the weight? I have not done exercise except for the past 2 weeks. So it wasn't exercise that got me there. It was just eating right. And that's the majority of, like, I used
Yeah.
to actually be a personal trainer, what most people don't know. So I know a lot about this stuff.
Yeah.
I used to do
It's amazing.
bodybuilding and all that stuff. So
It's amazing what you put in your tank that really stunts everything, and what we intake, and a lot of it is mentally too.
yeah, I mean, most of it is the mental part of it. It's like it's like when I used to do personal training for people, I says honestly about 80 to 90% of the results are based on your diet, not on exercising. Like a lot of people say, well, some people are you're using performance enhancing and drugs. It's like, yes, you notice the very first word in that phrase is performance. You still have to perform to get the results. You get the results if you don't perform. It just enables you to work harder. Some of this stuff they do and stuff like that. But I started once we got moved, so the neighborhood's quieter, and I do. The house has a pool, so I can go work out, do some boxing. I do the gym, and then I go take a walk for about 30 minutes, and then after that, I jump in the pool. I didn't have all my gym equipment like I do at the Surrey office because we just decided. It wasn't like we planned on moving here. We just decided, and everything's still at the other house. So all that gym equipment's there. So I joined Anytime Fitness because they have they're open 24 hours and they have a lot of equipment, and so therefore I can go in there and do boxing, or I can do the cardio, or I can do whatever. And it's really, really good. I mean, I even posted this morning. I said, "You want to see why most people are average?" And I took a picture of the gym. I was like,
"Oh yeah,
all you motherfuckers are asleep. That's why."
Yeah, it's the hardest part is just getting through that door. Once you get through the door, it's easy peasy. I went to the gym myself today, and I like to swim. I like to sit in a hot tub, and I do some of my best thinking when I'm around senior citizens in the hot tub.
I think it's like it's yeah. I mean, it's just a matter like when I started working out was like I like sitting in the pool just like you because it's kind of like I clear my mind. Like there's a park over here, and people are like, such a weird person because I'm a Muslim, but yet I'll talk about Christian stuff. It's like they have because I used to be Catholic, so they have the Stations of the Cross.
Yeah,
they have benches at every station, and you can walk through it, and you'll just sit there and meditate and think. And then got a bird cage, so you can just sit there and think. And a lot of times, it's just being in a peaceful place, so you can think about different things about life and stuff. But like when I started exercising, it was like kind of the same thing with the diet thing. My mentor, MJ, he just was like, all he did, it wasn't like, I don't know if he hypnotized me or what, is what my wife thinks. But she's like, he literally told me, he said, I think when we were at Digital Impact, he just put his hand on me. He said, I think the next time that I see you and we speak together, he said, you're going to have lost some weight and you're going to be wearing that black pinstripe suit you want. And then I joined as a platinum for him, which costs a good bit, but it's well worth it. And then he took me and a couple other platinums to a custom, suit place. I'd never been in this place, never been into one of these places or nothing. It's like you walk in, they give you fresh brewed cappuccino or whatever you want, and you're just sitting there talking, and they suit you up and they fit you and they talk about everything with you and stuff. And then after being there, it's like, yes, I want it. And costs more, but it's well worth it because it's quality. But then from there, I've just been losing weight. The same thing with just getting up in the morning. It's a matter like this morning, I was already up at 3 a.m. and the kid, we're watching the grandkids still. So that's everything that's been going on. They've been here for over a month now. They were here for a month. They left and they came back, and they were one of them was sick, and then I couldn't sleep, so I just got up and said, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah,
literally got up, and it's just a matter of getting up. It's not a matter if you sit there and think about it in your head, you're going to tell you, oh, this bed's so comfortable and all that crap. So
It's definitely some dedication, and it's definitely dedication. And as we get more mature in life, I don't say older, but more mature in life, we
Yeah.
start to understand that health is wealth, and it's just it's not all about money. It's about being here for a long time. We don't want to
Yeah,
expire.
what good is if you're a fucking millionaire and you ain't got you're
Yeah,
sticking in the hospital, or
yeah,
you can't enjoy it. Yeah,
especially in Asia. We see how dialysis is really taking effect on a lot of people these
yeah.
days. Now, like when we were younger, we didn't even see we never even heard of dialysis.
And
But
it's
now
like
we
a
start.
lot of times in Manila, where we're at too, is where you have all the convenience and you have all the restaurants and all the Western
Yeah,
food and all that crap. And my wife used to say, "Oh, there ain't," because when I used to be big, she said, "We ain't got that many big people in the Philippines." I said, "You just in the province where they ain't got the stuff. Go into Manila. Oh no,
mm-hmm.
oh no, 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 no. They
Fried
got
chicken everywhere.
everywhere,
Everywhere.
everywhere." So
Everywhere fried chicken.
I told you y'all gonna be having bariatric surgery before long, and they have that, they have all that stuff, and
Yeah. Well, I'm
it's
so
like
proud of you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't touch like my diet. I eat like
Are you fasting? Are
I
you fasting?
I fast until 12. So like I won't eat from 7 p.m. till 12 p.m. And
Wow.
then at 12 p.m. I'll have, when I say I eat, it's literally I eat 4 boiled eggs. It's not like I
Okay.
eat
Yeah.
per se. And then at dinner I have a freaking steak, about 1 inch thick, nice USDA steak or whatever. And then I'll eat something besides steak. Sometimes it's steak, sometimes it's lamb. It's always either beef or
Protein.
lamb. I'll eat salmon, something high in fat, and
Yeah.
that's about it. I eat probably most anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000 calories a day. I don't
Well,
really,
that's the major.
yeah, a
That's
lot
a
of,
major change for you right now. I guarantee you, that's the major change for you right now because we can eat. I used to be able to eat 5,000 calories in
yeah,
one sitting,
easy.
no problem.
It's
No,
like people
probably.
used to be like, "Oh, eat pizza." My son's the same way. Put a fucking put a fucking pan pizza in front of him and eat the whole damn thing. I could used to eat like all the whole damn thing, 4 or 5 slices, whatever. I eat one slice and I'm stuffed.
Yeah.
I just cannot do it. And it's like for me, it's like it used to be when I was growing up. It was more of an emotional crutch for me. The food aspect of it was, but now it's kind of like I lost the weight back in when I was 30 something years old, and I was in a this is in my first marriage, and the woman thought, she's like, I'm probably cheating with every woman that walked in that damn place because I used to do personal training and all that stuff, and I'd lost all the weight, and then we were going through a bunch of stuff, and I just went fuck it, and I just started going and getting fat again. And
Yeah.
what's crazy is even though I had lost all the weight, every time I looked in the mirror, all I still saw was Fat William. So I had the biggest thing, I think, like MJ has taught me as well, is if you don't change your self image, you can lose all that weight you want and you're still going to see the same person.
Yeah.
So a lot of what I'm doing right now is with MJ, with self development and stuff like that, and been concentrating on it. I even was like, people ask about SEO. I said, honestly, I might do SEO once a week. We'll probably be with Mr. Yee and talk about SEO, and that'd be about it. I really don't want to talk about SEO all day long, every day. Um, that sort of thing. There are other, I think I'm maybe even starting another channel because another guy I know, I was thinking about it and he did it. And what's just crazy is he is Chase Rayner. He's another SEO guy. And he had done videos. I'm talking about thousands of videos. I've got 2,000. He's probably got 6,000 or more.
Oh,
And he deleted the past like 6 years worth of videos. And the only thing he's doing now, he goes live and just talks about life or whatever. He's like, that's it. And so what I'm concerned doing is like the next channel would be about real talk and just some like stuff like we're talking about now. It's not necessarily SEO related, but it's other things related when it comes to your life and what works and what doesn't work. I mean, because I get people all the time, how do I move to the Philippines and how do I this and how do I that? And, or are you fasting? I get that one. I got that one from another client. It's like, yeah, I fast every day.
Yeah, there's so much more content you can put out about life and helping out other people with the things you deal with in an everyday lifestyle, like moving into a new home. A lot of people would have liked to know about that. A lot of people would like to know about your gym session. A lot of people would like to know how you're losing the weight. A lot of people would just like to know who you are and how you're doing your situation. It doesn't have to be always SEO or strictly business. It can also be a little bit to the side, and that helps when you bring in your personal.
My son's actually started doing some videos too, and I just told him, I said, think of it as documenting and stuff. Yeah. And so we were at the restaurant the other day, said, we're going to do a podcast right here. And he was like, what? I was like, he's like, what do you mean? I said, hit live. And she went and she did a video, and I said, talk about this. What does it take, Isaiah, my son? I said, what does it take for a boy to become a man? Ooh, and he gave me that, typical, society when you're 18 and and stuff. He gave me some good stuff, but we talked about that, and I said, from what, because I get people ask me all those questions all the time, and so a boy becomes a man when he can take care of other people.
Yeah, when you lead.
Absolutely. And I told him, I said, so for example, one of the things I tell you all the time, my son, I told him, I said, you're going to be shocked the moment you have a child and you find out how 6 pounds of flesh will rip your world upside down. And you think you're going to, we're going to have this. I'm going to be such a fit guy, and my wife is going to be this bombshell and blah, 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 all that crap. And he's like, it's about priorities. Yeah, well, that's easier said than done, buddy.
Yeah, as we see, a lot of people walk away from the priorities. And, there's a lot of people raised without fathers and mothers and grandparents raising children. And it's be careful what you do. Be careful what you ask for. And, you best be ready to handle those responsibilities. Less is best.
Yeah. And I even told him, I said, would I rather you stay in a relationship where the husband and wife are fighting and acting a certain way, or get a divorce? I said, get a divorce, because I would rather kids are better off coming from a broken home than being broken adults.
Yeah, hostile environment definitely takes a toll on the kids, and it can lead to some type of because there's all kinds of forms of depression from, people, it triggers. So many things can trigger something, and it's not healthy. It's really not healthy.
I was told, I was taught when I was a kid, it's like, God hates divorce, which I would still tell you he hates divorce. It's just, I don't think that's the reason to stay in a relationship. I also don't think God wants you to be in an abusive relationship. So, I mean, but
yeah. Sometimes you need God to ask the answers and believe.
So why did I stay in my relationship for so long? And I was like, well, because I was taught a certain thing, and that's what I did. So,
well, death to us part, death till we part, and that's just it. Together till death till we part, and that's the oath I've taken. And I deal with you, you deal with me, and we live happily ever after. And no one's perfect, but as long as we can communicate and talk.
Yeah, that's different. I even have people be like, I have people. We talk about this with my mentor too. I told him, I said, everyone wants a high value man until they have one.
Yeah.
And he was like, what do you mean? I said, well, high value men have rules and
structure.
And most people don't like that. It's like, do this and don't do that and don't question me. And if you do, we're going to have an issue. Like, this is a partnership. Well,
you really don't know someone until you live with them.
And
And
everybody like, oh, I want a biblical marriage and stuff. I said, well, biblical marriage means headship, and
yeah.
most people don't like headship. And so we talked about some of that. I mean, because I'll be out with my wife, and they'll be like, how do I get my husband to treat me like you treat your wife? And I said, well, how do you treat your husband? Is the first question I ask them, and they usually are like, they don't like that. I even tell them straight up. I say, you might not like the advice I give you,
Yeah.
certain things, because I tend to ruffle feathers when it comes to certain things.
Yeah,
But
well, we go by the Bible, and you can read the Bible, and it can help you out a lot. And other people's Bibles and books are different.
that's
And
what I tell them all the time. And say, people was like, oh, I posted something the other day. I didn't even respond to it. I posted Jordan Belfort. All right. Jordan
Mhm.
Belfort, and I love his stuff. I have his thing on the back of the wall. There are a lot of things. I listen to him to this day. I have his books and stuff like that. And because I mean, you've never seen the movie. I'll put it this way. You don't want kids in the room when you're watching it, but there's a lot of really good patterns and things you can learn. There's a lot of things you can also learn not to do and
Yeah.
stuff. But they had posted, they said you could learn better advice from someone other than him because of his life. And then I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I know these people are Christian. And it's like, what? I mean, this is where because I was raised Christian. I'm like, what Bible are you reading, bro? Because David
So
was a whoremonger. David
yeah.
was a man whore that went and tried to kill his best friend or soldier's freaking wife because he wanted her, Bathsheba, or whatever
Hmm.
her name was, and sent him to the front line of war so he could die, so he could have his wife. But yeah,
The
God,
Old
that guy's
Testament.
a
The
man
Old
after my own heart because he kept asking for forgiveness. These
Testament.
people were not these, pure angelic beings that walked around without any sin. And it's like,
No, only one person was that.
they're crazy. I mean, it's like, I don't know what people think sometimes, but it's like, if you're looking for perfection, don't look my way. I have plenty of skeletons. I am not perfect, but one thing you won't ever get from me is I won't tell you the truth. I will definitely tell you the truth. I will probably hurt your feelings, but I
Yeah.
won't
You
lie to you. I won't lie. I won't smile to your face and take your money and lie. I just gave a guy yesterday a refund.
Mm-hmm.
Over almost $2,000 refund. Why did I do
Sometimes.
that? Because he was being a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You came in for SEO, and the guy, I don't know if Chris, I don't know if you referred. Hey Chris, he's watching. Chris Kale. I don't know if you referred him to me, but basically the guy, when he first came to me, I said first thing I would do, and this is why I document everything. The first thing I would do, new website, SEO, and then he used to be with Matt Fitch. And so it is on the WordPress website. The website was having issues. It was slow, blah, blah, blah. Because the way it's built and the hosting. And so he switched the hosting and then it got worse.
Is
And
this
so
Chris? You talking about Chris?
Chris Kale, I think
Okay.
maybe referred the guy to me, but it was somebody. I'm not going to mention names, but I advised him to do this, and then I was fixing his hosting, and my tech was working on fixing his hosting. And I told him, he's like, it's been 2 months and it hasn't been done. It's like, no, you literally just sent me a ticket 2 weeks ago. Okay, number one. Number two, we've been working on it back and forth with you over and over, and we don't work weekends. But I can do one or two things. I told the guy, I said, I can do one or two things. Either one, we can fix this for you, even though it's not our fault, even though I told you to switch websites and you literally told me on the onboarding call you did not want to and weren't going to, or I can give you a refund. He's like, you're some piece of work, you piece of shit. Da, 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 da. And he said, yep, give me a full refund. Gladly done.
Wow.
And people are like,
Mm-hmm.
they're amazed. It's like, because I think a lot of people think that most people, it's like, they think I'm going to react the same way they would react. Like they would react in the sense of, oh no, I'll bend over backwards. I'll do anything you want. I'll get up whenever you want, and I'll do whatever you want. No, that's not the way I work. If you give me a headache, I'm going to get rid of your ass. So that's just the way I work. But, you know, I have people like that, and I have no problems dealing with it, you know. So, I mean, that's just, I have people all the time that come to me for, if you will, SEO advice and what should I do when I'm first getting clients, and you know, why did I raise my prices recently? Why did I stop doing junk? You know, why did I stop doing white label SEO so much?
Mm-hmm.
Say, well, because to be honest, agencies are a bunch of cheap ass motherfuckers, but yet they turn around and charge the typical junk removal or anybody else client, you know, $1,000 to what, $4,000. You know, I think Lewis, he starts out at almost 1,000, and then he goes up to almost 4K. So, I mean, that's why, because I rather not deal with that. I rather deal with, you know, clients that I can get rankings for and not have to deal with all the headaches. So,
And respect. If I think most of it is respect, and you know, as we see, is that you know, this type of service is not for everybody, and you know, everybody kind of doesn't understand it. But you have to give it patience, and you know, this like I've told people, you know, sometimes it's not for you, and you know, it doesn't mean that you have to be ugly or you know, insult people
yeah,
or you know, just you know, point the blame game, because you know we're doing our best. We're only human, but sometimes some things just are not for people. There's so many things in life that are not just for me. That's just I just don't, you know, just better me parting ways or just not just avoid it. But there's no need to name bash, get upset, get unprofessional, because at the end of the day we're only human. But you know, SEO is not for everybody, and if you can do it yourself, they handle it then. Do
yeah,
what
it's
you gotta do.
like the guy, he's out in California. One of them is, there's another one, he's in Augusta. And that's all, I'm just gonna call with me, but it's, I know what it's going to be about. It's going to be okay. Business for right now, for junk removal is slow,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a slow season. So that's number
Mm-hmm.
one. You got to keep that in your brain. It's like, well,
Yeah.
why am I not getting as many leads as I used to? It's the slow season. Okay.
Absolutely.
It's seasonal. That's number one. Number two, if you are relying on, and this is both of the cases I know, because I know both of them. If you're relying on SEO to be your end all be all, you're fucked. You
Yeah.
know, because it is not the end all be all. You know, I like Mr. Yee, we talked about before. It's like, I want you to be seen everywhere. What does that mean? You just did a video the other day. It's on Yelp. Are you doing Yelp? Are you running ads on Yelp? And half the time no, I'm not. Well, why, when I Google, I didn't even think about this till you really showed it to me, you know, in this sense, was like, yeah, I see Yelp up there. But then oh yeah, these motherfuckers are running ads all the time. This is why they're up there. So that's what I was like. So now I tell people, it's like, well, let's Google your city and find out who is advertising, what's popping up on page one. And if I look on page one, I go, okay, we got some ads up here. We got your big players up here, which is always a good thing. It's not a bad thing when I see the big franchises up there. And then Google Maps and LSA ads, and then down in the organic, do I see Yelp in there? Yeah, generally. Okay, well, then I should probably be advertising on Yelp. Do I see Better Business Bureau ads in there? If I do, I should probably be there. How often are you posting on social media? You know?
Then I don't mean to cut you off, but then there's a lot of people who don't have a map pin location and
Yeah.
just use the service area, which you are totally missing so much money when you don't have an address. It's just so many people are going to junk removal now, as I see, because my Google has just been going very nice and getting a lot more clients. Is that a lot of people go to junk removal and home services on maps in their area.
Correct. And most people don't realize that. It's like, why would I rather be in maps than organic? Well, because if I'm in a home service based business, I pick up this fucking cell phone. what's going to generally happen is I'm going to be shown maps, and people, when it's like, okay, if I well, leads aren't that great. Okay, well, maybe and maybe not. I believe that there's a way I can test it. Let me try calling you real quick to see if you pick up. How long does it take you to pick up? Because generally, if it takes you too long, you're going to hear click, hang up, and guess what? They're calling your competitor next, and whoever answers faster is who's going to get it. It's like a lot of times when I look at websites, they'll have, book a service now, right? Book now, and then it takes them to a fucking booking link. No one wants to book a fuck or fill out a form whenever my wife is bitching at me about my garage and they want me to clean it out. Oh, let me go fill out a form and let me wait for Mr. Yee to get back to me. That ain't gonna fucking happen. They want you to pick up the phone and be like, "This is me, Mr. Yee. How can I help you?" And then, boom, you're there within the same day, within an hour or so. If it's going to take you longer than that, guess what? They're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, the right clients are going to call you behind their spouse's back because they want it gone. They don't even want to deal with their spouses. So the right client is going to use Google or Yelp to make that call right away because they want it done. They don't want to just fish for a price. They're going to want to say, hey, are you available? You're in my area. I support local. I found you on Google and I found you on my maps, which you were just 5 minutes from my house. I need it done now. Can you come? But if you don't have a map pin, if you don't have a pin or you're just relying on a service area, you're not going to be nowhere near that phone call.
It's like, if you've been noticing, and I learned, I'm going to give him credit. I learned this from Chris Walker over at Legit. But if you look at my wall, I don't post as much about SEO and services as much anymore. But for instance, I will post about, hey, what did I do today? And hey, had coffee. Hey, here's an inspirational story. And those inspirational stories, like this one I just posted this week, and just in the past 3 days, I've got almost 6 million viewers on it. And I've got almost 2,000 new followers.
Yeah.
From that. So why would I be posting that? Because I'm trying to feed I'm in the Facebook algorithm, and then more people see what you are posting. And then whenever you do go to offer something, guess what? Facebook's going to push it out to all of those people. But most of the time, if I look at guys, you might be lucky if they're posting 2 or 3 times a week. Very much. And if they're pushing, if you go over to like someone that's, pushing their CRM or whatever, or their sales or their junk, it's always about them and their service. And instead of, it's about, what makes you tick. About you, that sort of thing.
So if they're not doing that accurate and they're not keeping that up to date, imagine how their GMB looks.
Yeah.
Imagine how their Google profile looks. And I see this so much. A lot of people post on social media so much, but then you fall on your face when it comes to your GMB, which is so important.
I had a guy just probably last week. He said, hey, can you take a look at this website? I want to see, why is this GMB so hard to rank? So I go to the GMB and I hit visit website. And guess what it takes me to? A 404 page, i.e. broken link. So most people, well, it's just a broken link. That shouldn't affect the GMB. No, because what's going to happen is, as soon as they see that 404 and it says broken, people are just going to leave. They're not going to try to hit home, about us, services, nothing. They're just going to leave. And then that increases your bounce rate. And when Google goes, oh, bounce rate high, they go, oh, this site's not popular. This site's not trusted. And then guess what? Bloop, it starts affecting your ranking no matter what you do. That's why I say there are people that will say, well, the same thing gets you rankings with organic. If you know SEO, you can do it for anything. Organic is different than maps. Maps is primarily based on behavior. Behavior being, what did you click on? Did you save this? Did you get driving directions? Did you write a review? Did you share any of this? Did you click on post? Did you share the post? Not a backlink. Because
Yeah.
we tested certain things, and that's one of them, testing backlinks on that sort of thing. But they
coming
work.
coming from the junk removal world is that a lot of people are looking for that quick response, so they go to their cell phone and they typically go on Google
Yep.
and they type in junk removal near me, and
100.
they're going to see all these pins right here close to them. They're not worried about the sponsors, the guys on top. They're looking at people who are near them, that they can, okay, this guy's near me, let me call this guy. The first person that answers that phone the quickest is majority going to get that call, because they're calling to action. And if you guys don't have that set up the right way, there's a real big problem. You're missing a lot of money and probably losing a lot of money.
Yep.
So
That's generally the what winds up happening with most of the time. It's like, and I remember I seen some Amazon, right? So on Amazon, it said all their inside intel reports that customer service was amazing, and they had like a minute or less was picking up the phone. And so you know what he did? He tested it. Tested it. And he had different people call in and test and see how long it took them to answer the phone. And when he found out the truth, he redid the whole system and went in and tore the whole thing apart. Why? Because you could tell me all day long, like, I think, why wasn't having this, this issue, or I'm not getting leads. And then if I turn around and try calling your ass and you don't pick up, I'm going to tell you straight up, I just tried calling you and you didn't even pick up, buddy. So I'm not even a client. How many clients are you potentially missing on a daily basis because you're not picking up, or you don't have someone to pick up because you're out in the truck and you're out in the field, which I understand happens. And if that's the case, then guess what? You need to reinvest in your company and hire someone to answer phones, and stop telling me, well, I ain't got the money to invest. Stop it. Just, then invest. Either invest or take the fucking cell phone with you and you do both jobs. One of the two is going to happen.
It's a big difference. A lot of people don't realize that there's a big difference from being a business owner and a business operator. That, when you're a business operator, sometimes you don't have time to answer that phone. Therefore, you need to figure that out and say, man, I need help. I need some help.
A lot of times, especially you'll hear, and because I don't talk too much about it, but it's just a matter of, you'll hear these guys saying how to turn your junk removal business into a multi-million or 7-figure business. Okay, there's several differences. Number one, did they actually do $1 million and make $1 million? Was this profit or gross? Okay, what's the value of a company versus what it's actual legit? Okay, that's a big difference in a lot of it. And then they're talking about in regards to booking. Sabrina, she's a client of mine we just picked up too. In regards to the booking thing, no, I would never do it. Personally, me in home services, never, not going to happen. And I do it for guys because, the owners say, hey, can you do this and this and this and this and this? I'll do it for you only because you ask me to. But if you ask my advice, I'm going to tell you no.
You mean a booking system?
A booking system, a booking now button. And if you're going to have it where it says book now, it should be going to a freaking phone call.
Yeah.
You still use book now. That's fine. Just don't have it where it goes book now and then goes to a form.
Yeah.
So add that, Sabrina, to the to the edits you sent me, please.
Does Sabrina do junk removal?
Yes, in Arizona, I believe.
Okay, so Sabrina, if you're watching right now, go check out the Mr. Yee, the No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal YouTube channel. You'll learn a lot right there. You see a lot right there. What you can help, what can help you in your junk removal business, because as you're starting out, there's just so much that you really don't need. But if you're going to start over, I suggest working with William, finding the right key that you need to open that door with junk removal and keeping that phone to ring. And
Yeah,
get it ready. Get it ready for that next year coming up, because coming February,
not Phoenix. She's in Reno.
Reno. I love Reno. I'm GSR. I love the GSR casino. You know what I'm saying? But Reno's big. A lot of old money out there. A lot of people have moved out there, been out there. There's big growth out there. But you have to get out there on social media. You have to market it, and if people are not doing it, Sabrina, you do it. You break that ice.
No. This woman, the first woman, this is one of the ones I posted. I said, you might want to shut the hell up about Duda. Okay. If I got someone, the client was named is Sabrina. Okay. Her website's on fucking Canva, current website on Canva, and she's ranking. Okay. So, all the gurus out there, you putting it on Duda, this woman don't even know SEO, and she can outrank you on a fucking Canva site. So she's getting switched over to WordPress, rebuild it and all that stuff for her. But
nice.
That sort of thing. A lot of people, because you brought it up, is like, so you're only doing SEO? Are you doing door knocking? Are you door hanging? Are you doing penny savers? Are you doing yard signs? Are you doing social media? Are you doing Yelp? Are you doing any ads? Are you doing referrals? There's a whole holistic approach to marketing, not just SEO.
Yeah, no doubt. And especially right now, social media is so powerful. The way you are putting your social media together, it is so important right now to put it together to attract the right audience, but structure it for Google to keep you up there in the algorithm. What do you think about that, William?
Say that again.
The social media a lot of people are putting out right now, the content people are putting it out right now. What I highly suggest and believe in is putting out content that attracts the right audience and is structured for Google.
Yeah, I mean, what most people are like, do Google posts help your rankings? Yes and no. No, if all you're doing is posting them. Now, what are you doing with them after you've posted them? Right? So there is a share link for Google Posts. So are you taking those and posting them on your social media and driving local traffic to it? Local traffic, like if I'm in Reno, Nevada, like Sabrina, and I post on my social media, I'm probably going to get Reno, Nevada people. I'm probably not going to get people from the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Like now with, organic's a little bit different. It doesn't have to be local traffic per se. You want local traffic, but it's not necessarily the only thing that you want. But what it winds up showing, the more traffic, like what we're doing on Facebook right now, the more traffic you get, like with social. What's really cool about, then Google's the same way. It's like the more traffic I get, the more they view me as a trusted source, the more they view me as an expert. So like right now, why do I post? I'm posting inspirational stuff. I'm posting stuff just about life and stuff like that. And I've got one of their days, almost 10,000 shares about just some inspirational story, almost 6 million plus views in less than 3 days, almost 2,000 new followers. And what winds up happening is, a lot of that with me is going to be, they might not be in my ideal client, but some of them are going to be my ideal client. And what happens when the algorithms look at you and go, oh, this guy's popular. So next time when I do post something I want my ideal client to see, they're going to push it out to the entire audience because they already see that I am popular, that I'm already creating content that people like and they share. Because you got to understand, like Facebook and all these different platforms were made to be almost like a social club where people just come in and talk and share their experiences. It wasn't if you will, supposed to be a pitch fest where you try to make money. It's more like a party that's already happening and you come to socialize. So
Yeah, my profile gets shared so many with so many referral clients who share our content and share it to their friends and family and people that they need, that they think they need help. Because I've get so many clients who call me and say, "Hey, yeah, my sister referred me. She sent me your Facebook, or my mom sent me your Facebook." And or that's what it takes, is when people are referring you and sharing your content. But you
Yep.
have to have the right content on social media that attracts people. You only got about 6 seconds to catch someone's eye, to want to watch more,
Yep.
and then believe in you and trust in you, and they got to watch you 20 more times before they make that trust, and then they make that call. And that's what a brand is. You can
Correct.
have a logo, doesn't mean you have a brand.
Yeah, and that's one of the things my mentor talks about too, is because the problem is you can make money too fast and you can have success too fast. And if you do it too fast and your character does not rise with it,
Mm-hmm.
you will fall. Not if
Hard.
you will fall, you will fall. And it's not going to be beautiful when it happens. So
No.
very painful. Um, so you have to have, and one of the things is he's also told me, he's like, he has this pattern or that he shows, and it's this mountain. And he's like, most of these, the mountain goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. There's always a hilltop, there's always a mountaintop, and there's always a valley. And he's like, reflection and characters built in the valley, not in the mountaintop. And what
Mm-hmm.
happens is most of the time we go up the mountain and we're at the top and we're going, oh my God, so amazing. And we party, 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 party. And what should be happening, he tells you, is like, watch how people respond when things are going good and watch how they respond when things are going bad. And you can tell a lot from a person by doing that. And if things are going bad and you don't have good character, once you get the money, what's going to happen is going to be worse. So it's one of the
Yeah,
things.
operating a business and growing with your business, you're definitely going to learn a lot. You're going to go through your ups and downs, and that's just part of it. But it's all how you weather the storm and how you come out on top. That's what's going to really make you successful, is when you can block all that negativity off, and you can block and stay focused and have tunnel vision. That's what's going to make you very successful and going to keep that train going. And there's going to be no derails no more. It just takes time, and you have to learn from your fall downs, because that's the only way you learn. If you get in this business or any business and there's no fall downs, that big one, that
Yeah,
big
it's
fall
going to really
down,
mess you up. That's something.
you may not get back up from that big fall down.
Yeah,
you know
if you let these little things upset you and your emotions control you, wait till something actually big happens. You
Yeah,
will be really screwed and stuff. So
absolutely.
a lot of times that's what things people gets to people's head, and then they stay in the clouds, but their feet are not on the ground, and it's like, what are you going to do?
I
You
think
know,
that we have a new year coming up. It's gonna be a beautiful year next year. It's gonna be a lot of positivity. It's gonna be a lot of improvement. It's gonna be a lot of gain, and helping out others. And there's so much more to come this coming up year, and we're gonna keep it positive. And we got no time for the negativity. We got no time for the this that. We're just here to help, and help you guys out. And this is for some people and it's not for some people, and that's just it, period.
yeah,
You shouldn't be reaching out to someone at this level when if you're not ready, or if you're just a complainer and you just always have something to say, and if I tell you the sky's blue and you say it's purple, there's no point in us even what I mean, making it happen. Keep on doing what you're doing. That's just
yeah. I
it.
mean, that's kind of the guy. Whenever I gave him the refund, I told him, I said, well, first thing I would have done was listen to the expert that I hired that has 20 plus years. Um, and then a lot of times we think we know what's best to do, and this is why, like, I got a mentor. I have several, but my main mentor is MJ. And I listen to certain people. Like if I was I'm not in the junk removal business. I do SEO. I can do SEO
Mhm.
for anybody. But I tell people, say, if you want to know who to talk to, go to Mr. Yee, talk to him because he'll help you out. I've told people that many a times. That I didn't know about Yelp until, I didn't really think about Yelp until he told me. I
Yeah.
say that all the freaking time. It's not like I was like, I know about Yelp, but I didn't go, oh, yeah, it's a wonderful thing to get on Yelp. I used to hate on Yelp just like everybody else because it's like Yelp
That's
always buries my fucking good reviews. Why should I be on Yelp?
that's what motivated me so much, because there were so many people that were shitting on something and jumping on the bandwagon with it. And I said, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let me give it a shot. Let me give it a try. And guess what? I learned other people in my neighborhood were also using Yelp also.
Yeah.
So, I just learned how to master it and had patience with it. It's like SEO. You're not just going to boom. It took me
Yeah,
years.
the people. What's crazy? Like Chris, he's great. Chris Kale, he gets Kale's junk removal. I took
Yeah.
it on in 2 weeks. Boom.
Boom.
But reason why? He was already posting on social media on a consistent basis. He already had other things in place. Then there are other people. It's like they come on, they ain't got nothing. They ain't got none of that done. They don't want to do none of it. And you tell them to do it, and they still don't want to do it. Hey, here's a VA for 20 hours every month for free. I still don't want to do it. And then it takes them, it seems like forever just to get any green popping up in them geogrids and the geogrid to even remotely change and the rankings to change because you being a stubborn ass wanting to do it your own way and not listen. Instead, it's like learn to listen, find someone else that's doing it. All I know is I look at certain things and I go, this is what these people are doing. This is what works. And people will they'll also come in, well, what about AI? Maybe AI is stealing my leads. AI ain't stealing your fucking leads because AI only pulls off of Google. It's only pulling off of search engines. It's only pulling off of other platforms, Yelp, Bing, Instagram. I literally have a whole list of where it pulls from and shows you. So of course, if you're only doing SEO and you're not posting on all those other platforms, once again, then
Your
get
authority everywhere.
be in the fucking chat GPT. You're not going to be in the AI mode. You're not going to be in none of that.
I think that a lot of people just want to be in the fast lane, and they don't want to, test out every lane until you get there. And they just want to go all the way to 5-speed. And don't touch first speed, second speed, third speed, fourth speed, and take your time and get there. And they don't just understand the power of you building that brand and
Well,
making sure that
yes, it's that. But then I've also learned, it's like, honestly, people hate hard work. It's like a fucking dirty word. They don't want to do it. It's like, okay, well, how did I scale our business and get to where it was? Well, I did 7 days a week, 8 hours or 10 hours a day doing the lead generation, and I worked my ass off. And you're barely wanting to put in an hour a day, and you think you're going to get the same results? You're out of your mind.
I tell you straight up, I had to learn everything in this business. I had to learn how to create a video. I had to learn how to use YouTube. I didn't know how to be a content creator. I didn't know how to use YouTube. I didn't even know how to post on social media. Nor do I know how to do junk removal. But I give myself the patience to learn and say, you know what? I don't want to ask anybody how to post or how to do this. I went on YouTube and I watched videos and I learned and I started doing everything myself. And gradually it started paying for it. So it started showing me the fruits of my hard work. And then when I decided that I wanted to scale my business and take it to a next level, I got with William at Rank Fortress and said, hey, I want to go now. I want my authority really everywhere. I created this, but now I want to be on the next level. So I reached out to an expert at Rank Fortress with William. And I'm trying to tell you guys have to learn every step. It's like karate. junk removal belts. You gotta have the white belt, the yellow belt, the orange belt, the purple. You gotta learn all these degrees before you become the black
And you
belt.
gotta learn, like you said, you might not like you might not need it. I mean, there are clients I've had come to me. I had one coming in Dallas, and I told him, I said, I ran everything. I said, to be honest, I don't know why the hell you're even having a phone call with me. I really don't, because I looked at it, like, you're doing amazing. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Do you have an SEO company working for you? He said, no, I've just been doing this and this and this. I said, keep doing it. don't don't hire nobody. Save your money. Because it's like a lot of people, like with the AI thing, why they get on this AI bandwagon is because people, they don't like hard work, and they're also gullible as fuck. Because
Yeah.
you're going to tell them, oh, because they don't like hard work, and I'm going to tell you, I can make you get this result this fast. I know hard work, and they're going to go, it only costs you this, and you're going to buy it without even knowing if it actually works. And I can tell you the top two people I know in AI, they're like, there is no such thing as geo or SEO AI. There's no such fucking thing. It's just regular AI. It's not,
Yeah.
I mean, it's regular SEO. It's what you normally do. Are you, when you write a blog, what do you do with that blog after you wrote it? If you did a video, what are you doing with that video after you did it? Do you chop them up into shorts? Yeah, like I know you do. You post them on social media. Are you doing that? What else are you doing with it? Do you have an email list? What are you actually doing? Oh, I hired this company to do SEO. Well, that's your problem.
Yeah. And there's only two major there's only two search engines that you should be really worrying about. You know what I mean? And that's Google and YouTube. These are number ones. And if you're not linking everything to these links, and you're not having them linked,
Yeah. I mean, when you do a chat GPT, and I was like, you go into AI mode or anything, and I say, just for example, who is William? And I'll show you this. It's going to pull up. It will literally pull up. If you go into AI mode and stuff, it will actually pull up and show you the links that it's pulling from. It will show you if you will, backlinks it's pulling from, everything. I mean, and most people, it's like either y'all don't understand. No, it's this. Y'all don't really understand AI or whatever, but they go, this is what it's showing you. It literally shows the links and places it's pulling from. I mean, it's not like if you go, let's say, and you go into Chat GPT, you do the same thing and go, who's William Jones SEO? And it's going to show you, it's going to pull and show you all the backlinks and all that crap that it pulls from. Sorry, it's taking a bit to pull up, but basically it will show you everything. It'll show you the hyperlinks and da. It's not like it's making up its own crap, and then and people get you ranked in, if you will, Google. That's just not the way it works.
I think a lot of people just mistake that, and they think that AI and ChatGPT is just going to take over. No, they're like libraries. They're going to show you so much situations that you need to help you make your decision. But a lot of people are going to Google for that situation, and there's a lot of audience out there, a lot of clients out there who still use Yelp. They're old school. They use Yelp. They don't even go to Google. But if your Yelp is not structured the right way with your numbers on there, your phone numbers, your call buttons, your content, videos, I don't know why you're not adding videos onto your GMB or Yelp. People are looking at 26.
Literally, I think what they say, the second largest search engine is YouTube. I think the third is TikTok. At one point, TikTok had actually overtaken YouTube.
Yeah, it slowed down.
Went in and it slowed down, but it's like, why I don't post on TikTok, because my ideal client that needs junk removal isn't on TikTok. Well, I think probably your ideal client most of the time has kids, right? And they're probably on TikTok. So,
but if
kid ever run up to you and say, "Daddy, I saw this,"
but it's It's about if you have a TikTok and you're putting content on there, you should be putting content on TikTok. You should be having a TikTok anyways for your business because it's a
Yeah.
social media era. So by you having a TikTok on your business, you are adding it to your portfolio on Google. So the more people click, when people click on your portfolio on Google, and you have so many things that match and go down with it, that's your portfolio. You're going to be more trusted. I go on so many people's GMB and I see just a few things, and I'm just like, but you
Yeah,
post.
the ones that the clients that usually dominate are always ones that have a lot of content. They're publishing a lot of content because Google loves fresh content, loves it. That's why we only main reason we do blogs and podcasts and all that shit is Google loves fresh content. It's like it needs to be fed all the time. So the more you feed it, the bigger it grows, the
And
bigger your
Google
footprint grows. You know.
and Google loves to make money. Google loves for you to click, and that's how they get their money. So if you're not feeding that machine,
Yeah.
you're being put. You're getting put over here to the side. You're getting put over here to the side from Google. Google knows. So you're getting put over here to the side. That one person who doesn't even have as many reviews as you, hasn't even been in business as long as you.
Yeah,
But
we have
that person
people all
is
the time that
pushing.
it's like, well, I can't outrank this person because they got 1,000 reviews and I only got 20. I can outrank, fucking good Junk King, any of them. No matter how many reviews they got, it don't matter. The reviews is not the biggest thing. It's like how often are you posting? It's like, well, are you telling me if I start posting a bunch of content now that I'm going to rank? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm absolutely not because you're doing it in slow season and now you're going, I need a bunch of jobs now. Well, the problem is that's like someone saying, I need to take this tree down and it's in the middle of a typhoon or a hurricane. You should have took that tree down months ago.
Yeah, and let
Anytime
me tell
harvest.
you,
Like you should
and
do certain things ahead of time.
let me tell you, junk removal is not the only thing in slow business. Everybody's in slow business. All the retail stores, grocery stores, mom and pop stores, they're all in a slow time right now because people are saving money till when the holidays come right now.
Yeah,
So you're
Christmas
not the
is
one.
upcoming. Of course they're gonna be saving fucking
Yeah.
money.
So
Like
right now in a slow season in junk removal is the time when you start building up your website. You start building up your GMB for the next year. You start building up your content. You start getting this stuff ready and learning and learning. So when the busy season comes, you have so much content, you mastered it, you're flooding it, you're putting it out, but you learned it in the slow season when you should have learned it. You can't learn it in the busy season. All you can do is put it out, put it out, put it out like I do. I make content. I stop my everything I do, I stop and make content. My team knows the system. It's a system that I built. They already know. Don't look at the camera. You know what I'm doing. They already know. And that's what I do. I'm the master at that right now. I'm putting out content and putting out quality content
and a
that
lot of
attracts.
times people are like, well, I don't know what to put out. It could be simple stuff. It's like even me, I didn't plan on going live today. I was just like, I haven't got these two people asking me the same question. I should just go live and talk about it. Rudy,
Yeah.
I'm never going live and talking about this. What do you think? Rudy,
Yeah,
okay,
I said,
like
yeah, send me the link. And
it
there's a
wasn't
lot
like
of times,
planned. I tell
there's a
myself
lot of
the same
times,
thing all the time. You ain't got to plan it. Most of the time, people like the documentation. Like a lot of times, the Rudy stuff I see it's they're cleaning fucking trash up. It ain't like he's getting in front of the camera all the time talking. A lot of times, they're just fucking cleaning trash up. And
I've
here's the before and after. It ain't that hard.
on my content, I've noticed and I've mastered, I don't have to talk. I let my actions speak for me. I don't have time to talk. You only have about 15 to 20 seconds to make it happen. I show you my crew. I show you my equipment. I show you the job I'm doing that someone's going to relate to that job. I need that too. And I show you the after, and I show you my equipment, and I show you my team done. I
Yeah.
put some music on it. I make it look beautiful. I put it all together, and but I make sure that it's structured for Google.
Even my son right now, for example, he's doing fitness, that sort of thing. I said, to be honest, son, people love to see the process. It's like,
Oh,
what happens when you get up in the morning? What's your day like?
yeah.
You know, what do you mean? What is my day like? Do I got to show getting out of bed? Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
literally want your ass get out of bed. You come in the shower, or wash my face off. It's fucking 4 a.m. I wet my hair. I go do this. I have some coffee, whatever. They want to see the whole thing.
I had a short that I put out from me waking up, walking in my robe, making my coffee, in my slippers, putting on my uniform, putting on the yee glasses, putting my uniform on, and that was it. And that got thousands of views.
Yeah, people love that sort of thing because to me, it makes you more an authentic person and a real person. And then a lot of times, all you see online is these people. I'm gonna make $1 billion business or a multi-million-dollar business, or I'm a millionaire. And it's easy to say that shit versus let me show you my actual life, because then you're going to find out 99.9% of these people have never seen $1 million in their life. And then also you'll find out some other things. Even if they are successful, most successful people have a lot of problems, and we go through a lot of the same shit that everybody else does when it comes to what are your thoughts today? Man, today I fucking feel like eating me a fucking quarter pounder cheeseburger, get me a fucking Coke and some French fries, motherfucker, and I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to be live doing it. And then people will be like, why would you do that? To show that I'm actually human just like everybody else. Like I even told my mentor the other day, I seen him, he's playing video games or something like that. And it was just because you never see this sort of thing. And I was like, oh, you're actually human. He told me, he's like, because he made in a post, he said, it's not that I'm not tired. It's that because, I mean, this dude does 16-hour days all the time. And you think he's like Superman. And he made in a post, he says, not that I'm not tired. I do it tired.
Yeah.
And so if you start showing those aspects in your life, people go, they connect more to you a lot of times.
Yeah. I highly believe mixing personal into the business, because people get to see who you really are, that you're human, that you're a real person, you're not a bot, that you are a really life person. Like I like his personality, I like what he's showing. That's why if you see some of my YouTube videos, I have cooking with the yee, I have traveling with the yee, I show you my personal life that I just don't show junk and move all the time, and I want to show so much more. But it's just
I think a lot of people don't want to do that because
they're afraid. They're afraid.
Want everybody to like them, and they know the moment that they share their life, a lot of people aren't going to like them, and they're scared to death of that. But the reality is, you don't want everybody to like you. You shouldn't want everybody to like you.
Well, I don't think everybody's going to like me, but I think everybody's going to. You ain't got to like me, but you got to respect me.
No, I'm just saying, like a lot of people in general, not you, but a lot of people in general, the reason they don't do it is they want everybody, they're still seeking what we call it. I said it to my mentor the other day. I told him, I said, you're seeking validation. Like when I used to tell my wife, I'll give you an example. I used to tell my wife, and I'll tell you why it bugged me. I used to tell my wife, I love you, and I expect an immediate response. And most people would. I've actually gotten to a point, I don't expect a response. I don't expect a reply. I don't expect if I sent you $1 million, I wouldn't expect you to say something, because you shouldn't be doing it, number one, to expect anything. Because if you're doing it expecting anything, that means you're seeking validation. It means you're actually not secure in your love or relationship to begin with. If I give you something, why if I sent Mr. Yee a gift and I'm expecting him to say, oh my God, blah, 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 I'm not secure in our relationship and I'm seeking validation from it. Or I'm actually wanting to boost my ego up. So a lot of times people don't want to show certain things because of the sheer fact that they're seeking validation from other people. And they know that the moment they start showing certain aspects of their life, they're either going to be seen as a fraud or a phony, or they're going to get people that don't like them at all. You have to get very comfortable. I tell you, if you're going to start doing YouTube and content, you better get very comfortable with people hating on your ass.
I see, I see, I see so many content creators out there with social media and TikToks and Instagrams that the day they mix their personal life in their content, those videos go viral. Those videos get so much thumbs up and comments, and that's what you want in the algorithm. And you have to sometimes put some personal life into it, and it doesn't always have to be business. You can mix some personal life, have some fun with it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I know a guy that does that all the time. He talks about food. He talks about his VAs and all that
I,
stuff.
I think
It's
I
not just
think
a matter of one thing.
I think I think if I had the money, I'd be a blogger on traveling and eating. I'd be an Andrew Zimmerman. I'd be an Andrew Zimmerman and just travel the world and document it. I'll be an Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, we had a separate channel. It was called catching up, something like catching up with the Joneses, and basically it was just, hey, if I went to this place, we blogged it. If we went to this place, we blogged it. Wherever we went, we were blogging and stuff, and just showing. It's like for example, just funny stuff. It's like me and my wife say funny stuff all the time. Be like one and be like, honey, why do you want to go to why do you prefer going to the buffet instead of a restaurant? And she's like, so I could sit down and eat and not have to wait.
I think honestly, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give you an idea right here, William. I think you should plant cameras in your house and record your family. You have the whole family there. You should be documenting that life with the Joneses. You know what I mean? And
we've got two Osmos, I believe. I've considered getting more because the one I was going to do was whenever you wake up in the morning, because everybody always is like, curious. It's like why I did the gym thing this morning. It's like, yeah, this is why I love working out at 4 a.m. because there ain't a motherfucker in there, and I got the whole gym to myself.
Yeah.
Then you may get one or two other people in there, and that's about it. So you don't got to call my son. My son hates gyms because you got to compete with everybody on the machines.
Yeah.
I told him, you're just showing up at the wrong time. Show up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Ain't nobody there, buddy.
I went and did 3 estimates today. I went and did 3 estimates in person in my own area because they found me on Google, and I'm in my own area, 5-10 minutes away. No problem. I did 3 nice estimates. We got 2 jobs. Right after that, I went to the gym. I went swimming, and I sat in the hot tub, posting content, looking at content.
That's the one thing I don't have anymore. I used to have in West Virginia is a damn hot tub. I wish I had.
Yeah, we have a huge one. And
I got a pool, but I ain't got the hot tub. But it's like I used to sit in the hot tub all the time. Man, that thing is amazing. But
yeah, so but my gym is connected to the hospital. So it's all for like the physical therapy people, and it's a blessing because it's senior citizens. There's nobody with cameras, and I'm the only one with a camera sitting there listening to videos, blogging, and creating content and creating so many ideas in the hot tub. But it's all for like physical therapy. They have the disabled pools, they have the training pools, and then the hot tub for me. But then it's connected to the hospital. So my wife works in a hospital field, so we get a nice hookup from the gym hospital, and it's beautiful.
I think there's no waiting on machines. Too is like some people are like they don't want to do the live thing because they'd be like, well, who's honestly watching your lives, Mr. Yee? You got like 5 people live. Yeah. So who gives a fuck? I'm not doing it for the views. That's a vanity metric once again. That's another. I need someone to validate what I'm doing. And it's like, if you don't need that reason I'm doing it, maybe I only get 1 view. And guess what? That one person, it saves them or it helps them or does something for them. And it makes a connection that they need. It's not like you have to do it for any other reason.
I make that decision. 3 years ago to document day 1 in junk removal. And now I have over 800 videos, and I am so comfortable in front of that camera. So when I do my content now at customers' houses, I don't even have a problem pulling out my camera and starting to take little snippets. It just creates your comfortableness. It helps you get over that barrier of being shy and being nervous and being scared. So when you guys documentate, this is what I learned. I learned this last month, William, that the power of social media, but the power of having a voice. Because I didn't go to the Junk Expo. I didn't go to the Junk Expo, William, and I had people reaching out to me. I had a guest speaker at the Junk Expo reach out to me and say, "Hey, Mr. Yee, what the hell? Why weren't you there?" And I said, you know what, politics. I just didn't want to go. I didn't want to. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to make it this atmosphere. I didn't want to just. Anyways, so he said, "You work so hard. You have a voice now in junk removal. You work so hard. The power. I'm calling you and telling you this because the power of meeting somebody in person and just talking to them just for a few minutes, it gives them so much. There's nothing like meeting someone in person, but then getting able to talk to them in person." He said, "Mr. Yee, you are one of the voices in junk removal. You work so hard. Why weren't you there?" I said, "You know what? It really hit me. That whole week it hit me. It hit me so hard on you know what, Mr. Yee, you created that. You are one of the voices now in junk removal." And I
Yeah.
said, "Wow, I can't believe it." I really almost teared up because I was just like, I felt guilty for letting a lot of people, you know what I mean, maybe down because I didn't go. But I have beliefs and I support a situation. And when I'm loyal to the soil, and that's just it. But I didn't realize that having a voice is so powerful. That's why a lot of people should be documenting and sharing your voice to help others, motivate them, inspire them. And that's what it takes. I didn't realize that until it was over and people were reaching out to me. "Where were you? Hey," and I didn't tell anybody that.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's what I told him. I said I had people asking me, and I just like, it is what it is. But you know, we'll
It
see what
just
happens
it,
the coming year.
it just made me realize even more how powerful
Yeah.
your voice can be, and how powerful your voice can be, and people listen,
Well,
people hear.
excuse me. What happens a lot of times is, like, even in that situation, it's like if someone sees you rising, they're like crabs in a bucket. You're cooking them, and they want to pull each other down. And it's like if they see you starting to have a voice or making an impact on people, they want to shut you up because they are scared you're going to take over that area that they're in, or take their clients, or take their business, or whatever. In reality, is that's not what happens, and that's not what it should be about. But you know so I mean, for me, and I tell them I didn't go because I'm not spending $8,000 to fly there and not be able to promote anything and whatever. But that was my only reason. It has nothing to do with anything else. So
It is what it is. You know what I mean? We're here now, and we're still doing what we do, and we're here to help people out, for the people who need help and want help. That's what we do this for, and that's why we educate. And you want to up your game up, you want to level up, you want to scale, you have to go through this route to get there.
yep, and that's
Otherwise, you can climb a tall ladder, but you may not ever see the top, the end of the ladder. Sometimes it's good to get help, and trust the guys who have been doing this for so long, and give it a shot. You have to give it a try.
and you're talking about is like you don't realize how much of an impact you've made and stuff. It's like that's true. It's like most of the time, it's like, well, there's only 5 people watching me or whatever. Yeah, well, guess what? You never know who's watching you, and you never know who's going to rewatch you, and you never know who you're going to make an impact on. A lot of times, we think we're not making an impact and no one's watching us. The reality is they are. They
Yeah.
are. So it's just a matter of, you know,
I do my content. I do my content for all the people out there who need to hear an answer, who need help on it. Oh wow, yeah, I'm glad he talked about that. I do my content with I only do my content I only do my content with experiences and talk about what I went through and what I go through. That's all I do. I don't talk about content that I don't know anything about. That's just it. I needed help with SEO. I reached out to William at Rank Fortress and I got help. And that's just it. You know, I put that other content out for you guys because I know all about junk removal and I'm learning even more. And one thing I know for sure about junk removal, you can always use more and more and more. So, you know, whatever it takes for me to have that phone keep on ringing, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to have that phone keep on ringing and to be above others and be one step ahead.
Yeah.
That's just it. I don't want to always be catching up. I'd rather be one step ahead and, you know, get with the experts and the pros who do this and make it happen. That's just it. No one's forcing anybody to do anything. People get their money back here and you're not being forced to do anything. There's not a video out there that's saying somebody's doing bad. He's ripped me off. He's did this. You ain't going to find it. And, you know, good luck. You know, good look. You're always going to have a bad apple in the bunch. Don't worry about that. But you know, it's just it is what it is. You know what I mean? Not everybody's happy, and you know. But I think
Why I
people.
went live too is mainly you've had people be like, "Why aren't you going live anymore? Maybe me and Mr. E had a falling out or something." It's like, no, it's called life. I've been moving, just been
Yeah.
moving, just been doing
Mm-hmm.
concentrate on my shit and get this thing taken care of. I literally the day I was going to go live, I think with you a week or two ago, and
Yeah.
then PLDT got installed, the internet got installed, and guess what? Within the day, it went out, and they had to schedule it, come back. I said, "Well, guess I ain't gonna go live."
And I haven't been going live myself because I just went back to doing my content that everybody loves, that everybody watches, and I feel good doing it. And you know, I just told myself, you know, when the time is right, I'll go back to live. No problem.
Think
You
of it
know,
almost. Think of the short content. If you really wanted to, it's like you ever see when they first started doing was it reality TV, almost like this little chair. They had a booth and they called it like a confession booth, and they'd come in
real
there
world,
and then
real
yeah, they
world.
would just talk.
Yeah.
It's like think of it that way. Just come in there and be and confess and be like, you know, today it's blah 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 blah, or
Yeah.
today this happened, whatever, and just put it out there. Doesn't
I think
matter.
that was I think that was the start of it right there. Real world. I think Real World LA was the first season. Then number two was San Francisco. It was part of my era. Yeah, I think we're almost the same age, William, and you know
Yeah.
that was part of our era, and it was something new.
So
Thank
I
God
talked
we're
to
here.
my wife the other day about it. I said, you know, when it first came out, everybody thought it was weird, so weird. Everybody just
Yes,
sitting around watching people live in a house.
seven strangers in
Yeah,
one house. You know, I can say the intro because I know it because I watched so much of it. You know, and
hey,
you know.
Marie, good to see you here, Mrs. Peachy.
Yes, Peachy. I think she was at the Junk Expo. I think she was at the Junk Expo, and I hope she learned a lot and got to see a lot
Yeah,
and
she
got
even
to
on
witness.
our phone call, she's like, because people say you're going to work with William Jones. He's this. He said, well, maybe, and she told him, she's like, well, maybe there's something in you that doesn't jive with him.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the, I love it. She's like, maybe there's something in your spirit that doesn't like something in him, or vice versa. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It means they don't. There are certain people you just click with, and there are other ones that you don't click with. You
Yeah.
know, so it doesn't mean they're a bad person. There's like I tell people all the time. I've seen many coaches. This person, you know, Mister, you might be great to be your coach. He might be terrible to be someone else's coach. You
Yeah.
know,
I
just
mean,
depends on where they're at. Doesn't mean they're all ready for it. Maybe they don't like the honesty. Maybe they want someone a little bit softer or whatever. Tell them, if you
and
don't want someone rough around the edge, you don't want me. That's for damn sure.
but at the end of the day, it still doesn't stop the content we put out.
You
We're
got it.
still going to put out content. We're still going to do this, And at the end of the day, it doesn't stop my videos. I got almost 800 videos now.
There are people that you will jive with. There are people that you will affect their lives for, and you've got to be willing to go through the hard crap. It's like I asked my mentor the other day. I asked him. I got emotional when I was asking him. He put out the content because he records everything he does, and he put it out. He's like, I said, let me ask you something because you've been through a lot of what I've been through. How do you still trust yourself after having mistrusted so many people and been fucked over? And he's like, well, you have past experiences. This person, you've helped this person in a good way, this person in a good way, this person in a good way, this person in a good way. It doesn't mean just because these other people, handful of people, have fucked you over, it doesn't mean that you can't trust yourself anymore.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I said, if you do that, matter of fact, if you even start mistrusting yourself, is that going to protect you or help you? Generally, if you start closing yourself off, it's going to make you worse. It's going to hurt you. It's going to make you where you second guess yourself all the time. Like, yep, you're right. You're right.
Not going to be able to run a business.
She said, that's right. The spirit does not align. And I'm just, certain people are that way. And that's what Miss Anne Marie says, so, and I agree 100%. There's certain people that just, I feel very close to, like almost like we call it back in my day, we called it, I feel like I have a kindred spirit with somebody. And there are other people, it's like, no, I feel like I need to go take a shower every time I'm around them because I feel like nothing but mud. So I got a client call coming up with Jamie Rios from Rios Junk Removal. So I got to cut it short. Well, it's not short. We've been on here for almost an hour and 30, but I don't know when we're going to go live again. We were doing Thursdays or Fridays before.
I think we were doing Thursdays. We'll figure it out. We'll get something back out there for the people, and we'll make it happen again.
Yeah, just let me know and hit me up, and then we'll do the YouTube cover and all that sort of thing. And
yeah, absolutely. Okay, everyone, have a good day. Thank you guys for tuning in.
All right,